Welcome, everyone. The ceremony is about to begin. If you could please silence your phones and rise for the processional. If you could please remain standing for the flag bearers. Please welcome Daniela Reyes, fifth quarter student, for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Daniela. We'd now like to invite Dr. Hunter Cosgrove to the podium for the invocation.
As we gather to honor these graduates, let us pause for a moment and give reverence according to our individual personal beliefs. We do this with respect for the essential unity of all humanity. We give thanks for this special day as we gather together to celebrate the perseverance and achievements of our graduates. We give thanks for their opportunity to learn and grow throughout this rigorous and challenging program. May their wisdom increase with experience as they go forth into the world and discover how profoundly they are needed. May their lives be of use to humanity. May their talents and intelligence help heal the world. May they serve their community with joy, grace, and love. May it be so.
Thank you, and please have a seat. My name is Scott Donaldson. I'm the provost here at Life Chiropractic College West. And I would like to thank all of you for being here on this historic day. It is my great honor to introduce the third president of Life Chiropractic College West, Dr. Ron Oberstein. Dr. Oberstein graduated from Life Chiropractic College, now Life University, in 1981, and was in active practice for 36 years before taking on the presidency of Life Chiropractic College West. Prior to becoming president of Life West, Dr. Oberstein was a member of the Life West Board of Regents from 1991 to 2016, including 2 years as chairman of the board. He served in instructional and leadership roles in numerous organizations, taught chiropractic technique, philosophy, and principles, and mentored chiropractors around the world. Dr. Oberstein strongly conveys chiropractic vitalism with a deep understanding of the salutogenic health model and its incredible value to patient care. Dr. Oberstein and his wife of 35 years, Dr. Mary Oberstein, practiced together since 1986. They travel the world spreading the chiropractic message and have 3 daughters, Doctors Lauren, Morgan, and Sydney, all of whom are chiropractors. Welcome, Dr. Oberstein.
Which way are we doing? Wow. You made it. Well, good afternoon, and welcome to Life Chiropractic College West's 83rd commencement ceremony. I'd like to welcome all of our graduates' families, relatives, significant others, and friends who are with us to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Welcome to everyone from the college, including our faculty, administration and staff, and all of the doctors of chiropractic who are in the audience today. Thank you all for your presence. I would also like to acknowledge the members of the Life West Board of Regents and welcome Dr. Stephen Silk and Mr. Scott Turner, who are here with us tonight representing the board. Chairperson Dr. Jimmy Nanda, Vice Chair Dr. Kristen Giles, Dr. Angela Choarea, Dr. Niraj Patel, and Mr. Cameron Hastings send their congratulations to all of our graduates. Today is a very special day and one that has been greatly anticipated by our graduates, faculty, staff, and administration. We are celebrating the culmination of years of study, tests, patient care, and hard work by our graduates, and we can finally see the finish line. On behalf of the college and the Board of Regents, we welcome you all here tonight. It's my honor now to introduce to you the salutatorians for the spring and summer 2023 class. The salutatorian is the student who has the second highest cumulative grade point average in each cohort represented at commencement. And when I call your name, if you'd please come up. The spring 2023 salutatorian is Elise Frein. The summer 2023 salutatorian is Tori Dakun. It's my honor to welcome the valedictorians of both classes. And I would like now to have them do their presentations, and the valedictorians are the students with the highest cumulative grade point average in their respective cohorts. I'd like to bring up from the spring class of 2023, Gabriella Bonfigli.
Make sure this looks good. Wow, hi everyone, thanks for coming. This is kind of a surreal moment. So when I first started writing this speech, I was like, I'm just gonna do stereotypical, oh my gosh, that went by so fast, that was amazing. Then I started reflecting, and just like giving us some credit that that was kind of a slog. That was a really long time, 3 years, 3.5 years for some of you guys. And we put in a lot of work for that. So I've just reflected a little bit about what we went through. So we started this program July 2020. We can all place ourselves somewhere at that point, about 2-3 months into COVID. And we all decided to start a doctorate program, because why not? And knowing that it was a chiro of the hands practic doctorate program, we were like, oh, we'll be in person in no time. We're gonna have maybe a quarter, maybe less, then we'll be back in person because we're getting a doctorate program. We have to. That did not happen. So we were really optimistic, but honestly, looking back to Q1, we started the program about the first cohort to bring back people in person. So we had in-person palpation for 5 weeks, but then optional in-person or online classes. So we're like, okay, we can do this. Q2, labs are in person, everything's online. Like, okay, another change, that's totally fine. This continues to the point where we are completely back in person. Just kidding, there's a surge in cases, we're back online. So every kind of part to our school, our first year of our program, was almost like a tease, just bring us in, bring us out. But we really had each other through that. There's finally a point where we're back in person, but by this point, we're halfway through the program. We have to learn how to be students full-time, 7:30, sometimes to 8 p.m. We have to learn how to go to school, how to bring our own food throughout the day, and we're also thrown into student clinics. We have our first student patients. We are the doctor at this point, but we're almost like first quarters coming back all together. So very, very interesting. So from this quickly escalated to outpatient, and in no time we were drafted by our pod docs. We were told the moment has come, you're ready to see outpatients. And we're like, we've been in person for a quarter, like, we'll see how this goes. So essentially, we worked through that. Fast forward, we're here right now on graduation, and very much in person in a time we never really thought would happen. So even though our journey has been all over the place, we have constantly been adapting. So I love to think of that as our theme, is just adaptation. We've continued to adapt from one scenario to another, because we really had no choice. So like day one, we had orientation on Zoom. We met our entire cohort through those small little boxes. And then Q6, we had Bone and Joint online. Just kidding, it's gonna be in person halfway through. We have one class in the morning, it's a lab at 7:30. It's only 45 minutes, and you have to rush home to get online for your online class. You have a final at 10, just kidding, professor didn't show, so take it later, I don't know what's gonna happen. There's been a lot of things that has been thrown at us that I can thankfully laugh through now, but I'm really appreciative that that has happened. So looking forward, I love to approach the idea that once we graduate, it's gonna be smooth sailing, we've made it through the rough patches, but realistically, we're gonna have new stressors, and those will be stressful to us, but we've really known how to adapt because we've adapted through this program. So many things, including making it through terrifying RAD positioning midterm and finals, and notorious RAD 3 with Dr. Schwartz, ENT, adjunctive care 2, Dr. Fernando, abthorax, like I can just throw all of this at you guys. But it's all behind us, and I'm super proud of you. And as we head into the real world to start our practice, or whoever we work for, we'll continue adapting because we've gotten so good at going with the flow. We'll hold on to this experience our entire career because we've really built the groundwork for success in the past 3.5 years. And then just taking a moment back to first quarter on Zoom to where we are now, thinking of all the people that you're gonna serve, all the new cases, all the new experience you guys are going to see. But we've been through this introductory process before, so no doubt we'll crush it. But also thanking our support system. So they have also been groomed and kind of going through school with us for the past 3 years. And our friends, our family, our loved ones, supporting doctors along the way, whether they're here or online, on Zoom, or maybe you didn't even know they were a part of your support team, just take a moment to reflect on who has been on your side and thank them in your head once we're out of here. And really just knowing that as we go into our profession, they're not going to go away. So we have this amazing support team by your side that can help you through and through. So definitely continue to rely on them and to help them. They've maybe made you dinners, listened to your woes, like wiped your tears, gave you hugs, but also they supported you and they celebrated your success and your accomplishments and your graduation. So take a moment to be proud of yourself. We have been very adaptable. You guys are all super fierce, strong, capable, confident. I love every single one of you guys, and I am confident that we will go out, continue to be adaptable, and have a lot of fun. Thank you.
The valedictorian for the summer 2023 class is Andrea Biddle.
I'm not as tall as Gabby. Oh, wow. Well, welcome, family, friends, faculty, staff, mentors, and most of all, spring and summer graduates. We did it. Well, almost. Some of us still have one more quarter of congratulating each other on the content of our discussion posts. Our first day of this chiropractic journey seemed so long ago when we walked on to Dr. Johnson's histology class. I remember him telling us that there are over 250 cell types, and then he continued to differentiate them in excruciating detail for the remainder of the quarter. I still don't know if I could make out the different blobs on his microscope slides. However, I can say with certainty that the words he used came back when we explored the GI system with Dr. Fernando. Our second class was chiropractic philosophy with Dr. Tayel. Initially, I approached this course with skepticism, wondering why we needed to delve into philosophy when all I wanted was to become a chiropractor. However, it was this first day of class when we were assigned the story of that something for homework that I began to grasp the profound essence of our profession. Being in a profession that has philosophy balanced as one leg, science as another, and finally art as a third is unique to this work alone. We stand on the shoulders of our chiropractic forefathers, DD and BJ, who gave us a somewhat daunting task to unite man the physical with man the spiritual, to adjust the life force of a person at their core. I had no idea. I thought I was coming to move bones and maybe help people with their headaches, but we have a much greater purpose. As I stand before you today, I humbly admit that my understanding of the human body is merely scratching the surface. While I can regurgitate facts for the national board exams and meet the expectations set by our professors, the true education lies ahead. We must embrace the notion of unlearning, as my mentors call it, shedding the limitations of our left brain and embracing our intuition. It is through this process of unlearning that we will discover our authentic ability to help and uplift humanity, not merely through textbook knowledge, but through the wonder for the incredible intelligence that determines life. I invite our class to embrace the body with a sense of awe, unwavering curiosity, and deep reverence. It is truly astonishing to contemplate our origin and existence. Starting out as infinitesimal specks, invisible to the naked eye, we grow and develop into highly organized beings. I'm humbled by the privilege of serving others and witnessing the profound intelligence that resides within each person. I'm deeply grateful for those of you who have traveled along the parallel curriculum of chiropractic studies with me. This endeavor made our weekends short with late-night philosophy talks, followed by early mornings. It was these events where I began to understand what it means to be a principled, vitalistic chiropractor. Our collective growth and learning have been invaluable, shaping us into the chiropractors and people we are becoming. Among the countless moments we've shared, one particular event stands out vividly in my mind, a moment that has sparked profound contemplation and reflection. During a philosophical discussion, an anecdote involving Arnaud Brenet was brought up. It was recounted that at a seminar, Arnaud received a book about the purpose of chiropractic. Inside the book, there was just one word: serve. Since that moment, the significance of this simple word has lingered in my thoughts, and likely will for the rest of my career. It's prompted a deep exploration of its true meaning. What does it truly mean to serve? And how does this understanding of service relate to me, my patients, our profession, and the world at large? To me, service means recognizing the innate potential for healing and well-being within each individual. It involves empowering our patients to embrace their own capacity for health and guiding them on a transformative journey towards vitality. As I reflect on the meaning of service, I realize that it's an ongoing pursuit. It's a commitment to continuous personal and professional growth, to refining our skills, and to expanding our capacity to meet the person on our table exactly where they are at. It means providing them a mirror and a hint of their potential. It is a dedication to keep cleaning out our basements, seeking knowledge, and working to heal ourselves. As we venture into the world as doctors of chiropractic, let us lead with our hearts rather than our heads. May we approach each person on our table with deep respect, gratitude, and love. Let us seek to understand how we can serve them and be open to the wisdom they have to provide us. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to my mentors within the profession. They have not only imparted the knowledge of the philosophy, art, and science of chiropractic, but they have also shaped the person I aspire to become. Dr. Eric Rubin, Dr. Elizabeth Welch, Dr. Lauren Kodak, Dr. John Martinez, and Dr. Herbie Bell. Thank you for your guidance and teachings. I look forward to continuing learning with you. Lastly, I'd like to acknowledge my mom, who deserves an honorary chiropractic degree. Seriously, she could tell you all about radiculopathy and pronounce it correctly. Thank you for studying with me, listening as I explain concepts of physiology and pathology, and for keeping me diligent throughout my studies. I would not be up on the stage today without your help. And now to my fellow graduates. Congratulations on achieving the title Doctors of Chiropractic. I extend my warmest wishes to each and every one of you as you embark on your journeys into practice. Thank you for being part of my learning experience, for challenging me, and for offering your assistance along the way. Let us continue to better the profession as we make a positive impact on the health and well-being of all those that we serve. Thank you.
It is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker this evening, Dr. Dan Murphy. Dr. Murphy graduated magna cum laude from Western States Chiropractic College in 1978 and has more than 44 years of practice experience. He received his diplomate in chiropractic orthopedics in 1986. Since 1982, he has served as a part-time undergraduate faculty at Life Chiropractic College West, where he currently teaches the management of spinal disorders and spinal pathology neurology. Dr. Murphy is on the postgraduate faculty of several chiropractic colleges and has taught more than 1,750 postgraduate continuing education seminars around the world on topics including spinal trauma, neuroimmunology, pediatrics, and more. Dr. Murphy has also coordinated a year-long certificate program through the International Chiropractic Association in chiropractic spinal trauma, a program that has graduated over 2,000 chiropractors. Dr. Murphy's goal is to offer the chiropractic profession the highest quality information in whiplash education and to train doctors in the bulletproof management of these kinds of cases with both documentation and treatment. He strives to show the scientific validation of the vertebral subluxation and its relationship to the structure and function of the human body mediated through the nervous system. Please welcome Dr. Dan Murphy to deliver our commencement address tonight.
Hi, everyone. So I'm faculty here, which means for all of you in the audience, the students that are graduating today, they've all had me for at least 10 hours, 10 weeks, 4 hours a week, so 40 hours of class. And so the result is I thought about what I would do in this commencement speak. And the first thing that I was told, importantly, I cannot go more than 15 minutes. And that's a problem for me because everyone that's had me in class knows my warm-up is 50 minutes. So every week I would just BS, say the most relevant things that I have learned in the last week that has relevance to chiropractic clinical practice, and we would discuss it as a group. And after that first hour of class, then I would actually go to work. Today, though, it has to be different because a bunch of us, including me, I'm speaking at the Arizona State Chiropractic Association convention tomorrow morning. I'm the opening act. And that means I have to hit a flight at Oakland Airport. And I've been told if I go more than 15 minutes, I'm going to miss my flight. And so I'm thinking, okay, I got to do this really quick. And so I thought, what can I do in 15 minutes? Well, for the graduates, most of my wisdom, I've already shared it with them. For those of you who may not know as much about chiropractic as the graduates do, I thought that what I would do may be different. I'd share a few stories from my life in chiropractic. Sadly, I had 4 that I kind of thought these would be good stories. But then, just as we were lining up in the gymnasium in order to walk to the stage, I hung out with a former associate, Dr. Bruce Chester. He's on faculty. He's out there somewhere. And he reminded me, he started talking to me about Disneyland. And I thought, I've got one of the greatest Disneyland stories, too, in chiropractic. I have so many stories on chiropractic because I've been a chiropractor for 45 years. Many of you know my wife. Her name is Michelle. Michelle is also a chiropractor. She's been on the job for 38 years. And so between the two of us, we have the greatest stories, miracles. I'm going to share with you a few miracles. And I thought that what I could do, why don't I just go to ChatGPT, tell it I want an awesome 15-minute commencement that will guarantee me a standing ovation. And then just upload it to a teleprompter, and I could just read the darn thing and just get it. But I thought if I did that, I might be accused of being a politician, because that seems to me mostly what politicians do these days. But what ChatGPT will not know is the stories. And so that will be kind of one of my ending lines with the graduates. But I thought, Dr. Oberstein kind of scared me a little bit. He goes, as I was putting my suitcase in his office so that we can get right out to the airport, he goes, "Where's your speech?" And I go, I just gonna make it up. He goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, I can make up an hour really easy." And so he made me a little bit nervous. So what I did is I went into the library really quick. I grabbed a piece of 8.5 by 11 copy machine paper, and I just jotted down some quick notes. In the neighborhood, I grew up in East Bay. Hayward is in East Bay. I was further east. I grew up in East Bay. A young man from the neighborhood, someone I grew up with, was drafted and sent to Vietnam. While in Vietnam, he was shot in the left abdomen. He is right dominant. The bullet went through his intestinal tract, hit his femur head, and he lost his leg and half of his pelvis on that side. The fact that he survived is miraculous, and he did. But the relevance is he ended up with serious, unrelenting right leg and foot pain, yet he has neither a right leg nor a right foot. For the next 10 years, from 1972 until 1982, he's being cared for, of course, at the VA. Their approach is pharmacological. After 10 years of taking these products, he's in deep trouble and he knows it. His kidneys are failing, his intestinal tract is failing, his immune system is toast, his joints are in really bad shape. He has so many health problems, and he comes into my office. And I'm talking to him, and I can tell you, I say, the goal is we've got to get you off those drugs because all of your actual health problems are from the drugs. He goes, I know, but he goes, I can't. He goes, I've tried, I can't. I have such horrible right leg and foot pain. And I say, well, give chiropractic a chance. Give it a chance. I go, everything you've done so far has been chemistry. And I give him an analogy, the same analogy I've always used in all of my classes, heard it. The analogy is, suppose someone shuts the door on your hand, and it's the worst pain you've ever felt. It's like, just so much pain. I go, what do you want? Do you want the smartest Stanford medical doctor to know what drug to give you to take away your pain? Or would you want a chiropractor to come by and open up that door? He goes, I'll take that chiropractor. I go, that will be me. I go, chiropractic, for those of your graduates, your loved ones up here, they know this. Many of you in the audience do not. Chiropractic is based upon mechanics. It is mechanically based care. The fact that what we do is mechanically based is so interesting because it is an opposite to healthcare delivery that is based on chemistry. When we take pharmacology, that is different than what chiropractors do. Chiropractors look at you mechanically, they touch you mechanically, they administer their intervention mechanically, and increasingly they are realizing this is the biggest deal, and our time has come. Last year at the Wave in this room, I talked about the 2021 Nobel Prize in Medicine/Physiology. The Nobel Prize in 2021 was on mechanoreceptors, the same receptors that chiropractors deal with every day they see a patient and deliver an adjustment. It generated the Nobel Prize. Are you aware that the Nobel Prize just 2 years ago is on what we do as chiropractors? And so what I did is after I introduced that, then for the next rest of the hour, I did a 100-year review of the literature on mechanoreceptors. And I'm telling you, it is something special. They're learning more and more and more about it. Even if you look at a book by a guy named Richard Ambron from Columbia University, it just came out last year, 2022. It's called The Brain and Pain. Most people come to chiropractors with some sort of nociceptive event, and chiropractors do not manage them pharmacologically, which is chemistry. We do it mechanically. They have known since 1965 how it works. They know that mechanical care closes the pain gate. It's not even controversial, and it's some of the most exciting stuff because we live in a nation in pain. Everyone has pain. Half of the adults in our country now suffer from chronic pain. And so the amount of help that we can give, so long story short, I go to this young guy. He's a little bit older than me, and we go to work mechanically. This is a true story. His name's Gary, by the way. He's a kid from the neighborhood. It took me a year. Gary, 100% pain-free. You might think that's a great story, but it's not the best part of the story. You want to know the best part? Guess what Gary now does for a living? A one-legged chiropractor. He entered Life Chiropractic College West, and I'm thinking, holy moly. Whoa, and I'm in Disneyland with the kids. Thank you, Bruce Chester. And I see someone, I think I recognize him, and he was he was behind me up at Western States, up in Portland, Oregon. And I recognize this guy. I go, I think I know that guy. And I go, he's stumbling around like he's drunk. And he's with his kid. And it's in the morning. He's not drunk. So I ran over there and I go, hey, Dan Murphy. We went to school together. I go, are you okay? He goes, I just did the Star Tour ride, and he says, I have such vertigo. I am non-functional. I'm non-ambulatory. I can't even move. He goes, I've been barfing. He goes, I am screwed up. And I go, I'm actually, even though I'm a kind of a teacher, I'm actually a good chiropractor. Is it okay if I check you out? So I went to work on it. By the way, I just know this because I just was the keynote speaker at the Oregon Chiropractic Association convention. He was there. He just shared the story with me. He goes, you checked me out, you whipped the magic on me, and he says it was like turning a light switch from on to off. I was instantaneously completely normal. He goes, I will never forget that moment in my life. And he was already a chiropractor. And I'm thinking, whoa, that is a pretty, I go, that's also a really good story. And by the way, his name is Mike. Another Mike, I'm practicing East Bay, a guy named Mike comes in, he goes, I have chronic asthma. So he doesn't tell me about a sore back, sore neck. He goes, I have chronic asthma. And I go, well, and he goes, I've done all this chemistry and it hasn't worked. And I go, well, that's good because I'm mechanical. I'm primarily a mechanical provider of care. Even though I think that chiropractic looks at our job both mechanically and we look at it in terms of evolutionary biology. If you read, everyone that I read, they are evolutionary biologists. If you read, I was just talking to Sue Ray and looking at her brand new book on Alzheimer's disease. I just bought a copy up there in the bookstore. If you look at that, everything on her front cover is on evolutionary biology. We get these problems when we move away from innate intelligence. And understanding that and being able to apply it is the absolute best thing about being a chiropractor. We kind of figure out how it all works. No matter what book you're looking at, it has a section on evolutionary biology, which is just screaming chiropractic all the way. Have you ever read the book, The Coming Plague by Laurie Garrett? Came out of Harvard. She's a Harvard microbiologist. Came out in 1994. The book is 750 pages long. It's this big. The last 112 pages are references. Not 112 references, 112 pages of references. You read that book and she says, we have gone so far away from innate intelligence. Why? Because we put all of our eggs into a pharmacological-based healthcare delivery system, which is crazy. We're now spending $4 trillion a year to come in last place. If you saw USA Today newspaper just last week, USA says that 56 countries in the nation have caught and passed us on longevity. How can we spend $4 trillion to come in last place? Because for some reason, we're not doing enough mechanical and innate approaches to healthcare. We're throwing all our eggs into a pharmacological basket. And we understand that some people need that. But for them to not understand what we do is crazy. Are you aware that every practice guideline in the world today for musculoskeletal is now saying the go-to is what we do. We adjust. Every practice guideline says that is the go-to. In fact, brand new studies are saying you use a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug for back pain, you just condemn that patient to chronicity. Have you seen the studies on Tylenol? They're flat out saying it doesn't even work. It never beat the placebo. We offer people a very, very different approach. And Mike comes in with chronic asthma, and they go to work on him, and his asthma goes completely away. Guess what he does? He's an anesthesiologist tech at John Muir Hospital in Walnut Creek, California. Mike quits his job, enters Life Chiropractic College West. Mike is now, he's famous. He's a chiropractor. Mike is the only chiropractor on planet Earth. Started his career as my patient. He's the only chiropractor on planet Earth has 3 World Series rings. Is he that good of a player? No. He's the chiropractor for the San Francisco Giants. And they look at him as part of the team. When they get a ring, he gets a ring. In fact, one day he brought him into the office, and my wife, Michelle, I saw her. I'm thinking, what's going on over there? And she took off her wedding ring and put on one of his World Series rings. And I really quickly ran over there, and I'm looking at her very sternly, and I'm going, Michelle. By the way, she's listening on the remote feed on this. I go, Michelle. She goes, what? I go, great trade. That is the greatest trade ever. I mean, that ring has got to be worth 50, and I only paid 7 for your wedding ring. I go, man, that is the greatest trade. And she's probably really, by the way, she didn't laugh when I said that. She kind of took off. But who would have thought? Who would have thought when our forefathers started mechanical care? Who would have thought that now every major sports team in the world, look at all the trophies out there in the world, have a chiropractor on staff. The Giants have a chiropractor. He's got 3 World Series rings because he's the official chiropractor for the San Francisco Giants. Was it 10, 12, and 14 where they come down with the World Series? I'm thinking, whoa. And I'm thinking, just kind of looking at my time, and it looks like I have 1 minute. I have so many other, I was going to tell you some other stories that were so good, but I will just kind of end by saying this. So I've been a chiropractor a long time, 45 years now. Been a chiropractor a long time. As far as I can tell, the best part, and this is for the graduates, and they know this, I've told them this when I said goodbye to them in my last hour with them when they had class with me. The best part about being a chiropractor, and I heard it actually mentioned in one of the valedictorian speeches, you can never figure it out. The best thing about being a chiropractor, you can never figure it out, ever figure it out. For example, did you see the current issue of Science News? Yesterday's Science News has an article. They've completely redrawn the motor homunculus in the brain. Everything that you learned in school is already outdated. Did you know that? On that topic. I mean, the stuff that just keeps coming out and coming out. Did you guys, New Scientist, the current issue of New Scientist says the only way you can optimize the benefit of exercise is to create a cognitive demand while exercising. When you're just doing things on a treadmill and watching like the Springer show or something, that is cutting the value of exercise in half. And guess what? Their explanation is evolutionary biology. It's the coolest stuff ever. I mean, just understanding that this is not the end of your education. This is the beginning of it. That the most exciting thing is that you're going to keep working on your education forever and ever. I'm telling you, this job, our job, is the funnest job. We do nothing but help people, and it is fun. Michelle works, and my wife works in open adjusting. She's had like 6 marriages. People meet each other, hit on each other, marry each other. She's up to 20 kids. Every one of those kids looks at my Michelle as being a surrogate mother. They all get really good. They go, whoa, it's just like, you're thinking, how? And I look at, I will probably die in a classroom somewhere. I am telling you, Michelle will die on top of a patient. She is so into it. I mean, it's just like, what are you going to do? You help people. That's what you do, is you help people. When I say goodbye to you guys, I always tell you the same thing. I tell it to you again, so I'm now telling your families that can hold your feet to the fire on this. Do your goals and do your gratitude list. Never let that slip. Doing the goals and the gratitude list is the differences between winners and losers. If there's anything that I can share with you, it's that, even though I told you that already in school. And then I would just tell you, as I have these so many cool studies, it's now time for all of you to start collecting your stories so that you can share them with whoever in your career. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Faculty, would you please rise? I don't know if you can see them, it's dark, but Life Chiropractic College West faculty members are devoted educators, day by day, subject by subject. They present necessary academic information, encourage clinical expertise, model professionalism with humor and kindness, and guarantee compliance with the many regulations required of doctors of chiropractic. It is my honor and pleasure to ask you to join me in acknowledging the essential contributions these dedicated teachers have made to the accomplishments of today's graduates. Thank you.
It's now time to present the 2023 Presidential Awards. The chiropractic profession attracts individuals, and by the way, Dr. Murphy's talk will be sometime next quarter for Friday's seminar. We'll just tape loop it for 50 minutes, and we'll be able to hear that again. Was that phenomenal or what? Just phenomenal. So the chiropractic profession attracts individuals with a wide variety of talents. Some of our students are brilliant scientists and incredible academicians. Others show great talent in communicating chiropractic and in building meaningful relationships. Some of our students are natural leaders who are always willing to jump in and participate in projects, while other students focus on adjusting and taking care of our patients in the health center. Then there are students who show an all-around ability to thrive in all of these areas. They excel no matter what challenge is put in front of them. Tonight, I would like to recognize an exceptional student from each graduating class who excelled in all of the following areas: academic performance, leadership and participation, communicating chiropractic philosophy, and clinical excellence. In order to select these Presidential award recipients. Each class first gave names of students from their own cohort that they felt best exemplified these characteristics. Each nominee was then part of a rigorous selection process in order to determine the final selection for this prestigious award. And by the way, these two recipients have no idea that they're receiving this award. Tonight, I am delighted to present the Presidential Award to the following students. And when I call your name, if you'll please come up on the podium, on the stage. For the spring 2023 class, the Presidential Award goes to Julia Rose. I'll read you what it says. It says, Presidential Award presented to Julia Rose in recognition for outstanding and dedicated performance in leadership, academics, health center, and community service. Life Chiropractic College West, spring 2023 class, give, do, love, serve. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, for the summer 2023 class, the Presidential Award goes to Choose Some Joyce Young. And this says the Presidential Award presented to Choose Some Young in recognition for outstanding and dedicated performance in leadership, academics, health center, and community service, Life Chiropractic College West Summer 2023 class, Give, Do, Love, Serve. Congratulations.
Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I hereby present the following 83 worthy candidates for the degree Doctor of Chiropractic. Gabriella Bonfigli, Essex, Vermont. Andrea Biddle, Nampa, Idaho. Tori DeCoon, Gilbert Plains, Manitoba, Canada, co-presenting with her sister, Dr. Alexa DeCoon, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Elise Freund, Silverdale, Washington. Dahlia Hernandez, Hayward, California. Fadi Abu Awad, Beit Lead, Palestine. Rachel Alloy, San Francisco, California, co-presenting with her cousin, Dr. Judy Hoffman, Cotati, California. Stephen Ostie, Smithtown, New York. Katie Bastable, Oakville, Ontario, Canada. Megan Cosgrave, Half Moon Bay, California. Alyssa Gilbert, Orange County, California. Raquel Ruiz Haro, Zacatecas, Mexico. Lisette Lynn Hernandez, Sonoma Valley, California. Shyler Howe, Champion, Alberta, Canada. Eric Jones, Venice, California. Francis Joponda, Hayward, California. Rebecca Casputis, Fountain Valley, California. Michael Brian Hodorkovsky, Brooklyn, New York. Zach Coping, Kennewick, Washington. Darius Lynette, Half Moon Bay, California. Camilla Loke, Orinda, California. Leah Rochelle Longine, Garden City, Michigan. Megan Janelle Stashnik, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Caitlin Rupp, co-presenting with her father, Dr. Derek Rupp, both from Carlsbad, California. Julia Rose, Boulder, Colorado. Robert Derek Romero, Hayward, California. JT Richard, Baltimore, Maryland. Elvira Reyes, Toppenish, Washington. Samantha Michelle Racino, Union City, California. Caitlin Philippi, Loomis, California. Sohrab Nimruzi, Chicago, Illinois. Justin Ryan Morco Mariano, Vallejo, California. Rex Michael Mayrina Kalalo, Hayward, Bay Area, California. AJ Kalalang, San Francisco, California. Alexandra Wing LeClaire, Irving, Massachusetts. Andy Shu, Plymouth, Minnesota. Sherman Zhu, San Francisco, California. Oscar Alvarez Cerna, Indio, California. Ian Bisharat, Sacramento, California. Elijah Biscup, Port Townsend, Washington. Crystal Gail Briggs, Little Rock, Arkansas. Tell me your name.
Oxnard, yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Alyssa Carrillo, Oxnard, California.
You don't have a card?
Jason Chu, Hong Kong. Trent Darms, Chico, California. Taryn Davis, Atascadero, California. Michelle Day, Seattle, Washington.
Daly City, California. I didn't put California. Daly City.
Do you want California?
Yeah, Daly City, California.
Joshua Dorado, Daly City, California. Joshua Moore, Whittier, California. Jesse Maywald, Black Diamond, Washington. Michael Lee, South San Francisco, California. Baba Lee, Redding, California. Dylan Kozlerich, Rio Vista, California. Jasleen Kaur, San Jose, California. Megan Hippley, Westboro, Massachusetts. Emma Harbage, Burntwood, England.
Alex
Alexander Fitzpatrick, Phoenix, Arizona. Lauren Wilmot, San Rafael, California. Jared Urbach, Sherwood, Oregon. Morgan Tomberlin, Half Moon Bay, California. Blake Terry, Castle Rock, Colorado. Sydney Newton, Fresno, California. Alyssa Millward, Concord, California. Sean Marsh, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Riald Markokai, Linwood, Washington. Mara Trowbridge, Pofftown, North Carolina. Maya Wilkes, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Ryan Valerio, Toronto, Canada. Toronto, Canada. Chusum Joyce Young, co-presented with her father, Dr. Dennis Young, both from Hong Kong. April Fair, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Vance Phoenix, Nampa, Idaho. Corinne Quinn, Vallejo, California. Kayla Lovey, Chino Hills, California. Aaron Robinson, Omaha, Nebraska. Delia Rocha, San Mateo, California.
California, right?
Yeah.
Ruben Rubalcava, Richmond, California. Kiana Sagoon, Torrance, California. Mark Jude Santos, Hayward, California. Edwin Sheck, Hong Kong. James Stewart, Rancho Palos Verdes, California. Joseph Sweeney, Oakley, California. Frederique Teotonio, Kirkland, Washington. Lucas Tishwa from Marengo, Illinois, co-presented by his wife, Dr. Emily LaFrance from Reno, Nevada.
To meet 4 years ago, there we go, we started a new program at Life West to meet a need in the profession. Not just a need for radiologists, but a need for radiologists that were trained with this philosophical perspective, who can read the technique images and who understand the importance to chiropractors in the world today. Let me introduce the program director for our Masters of Science Diagnostic Imaging to you, Dr. Jamie Motley, who is Dr. Motley is the first African-American DAC-bar in our profession. She is a brilliant woman who works tirelessly for the success of our Masters of Science in Diagnostic Imaging. Dr. Motley.
In fall of 2019, we began the Masters of Science in Diagnostic Imaging. DAC-Bar residency program here at Life West. The DAC-Bar, which is the Diplomate of the American Chiropractic College of Radiology, is a postdoctorate training program to develop chiropractic radiologists. DAC-Bar residency requires 3 years of full-time training, establishing eligibility to sit for the 2-part board examination given by the American Chiropractic Board of Radiology. Many DAC-Bar training programs are trending towards offering concurrent masters in diagnostic imaging to allow residents opportunities to develop and complete research, and in addition, advance their professional reach into and beyond the chiropractic profession. With a master's in diagnostic imaging, opportunities to teach in universities and colleges throughout the world unfold. We are only one of 4 programs nationwide offering a Master's of Science in Diagnostic Imaging. Our current graduate is so deserving. We work very closely together over the 3 years. I'm sorry, but she's worked so hard and is definitely deserving of this degree and this honor. It is with great privilege that we are offering and extending this degree. I want to give a special thanks to our president, Dr. Oberstein, our provost, Dr. Donaldson, and our fellow DAC-bars, Dr. Gatterman and Dr. Shorts, our research director, Dr. Charles Henderson, and our imaging director, Dr. Warnock, for their unwavering commitment to this program. Also, a special thanks to all the faculty and staff along the way who have contributed. We thank you. Mr. President, upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I hereby present this worthy candidate for the degree of Masters of Science in Diagnostic Imaging. Dr. Klum.
Dr. Claudia Wong Abbott, Miami, Florida.
Will the graduates please stand for me? By and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents and the State of California, I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Chiropractic upon these 83 worthy candidates, as well as the Master of Science in Diagnostic Imaging upon our candidate. I would now like to invite all the doctors of chiropractic in the audience to stand and join the graduates and me in repeating the chiropractor's oath, which you will find on page 6 in your program. Graduates, we did this once before, very first quarter. It might have been on Zoom, but we did it. The hardest part is the first. I'll say I, state your name, and then you'll say I with your name, right? Here we go. I, state your name. And repeat after me, in accordance with the law of nature. That law which God has prescribed to all humankind. And in consequence of my dedication to the restoration of the sick to health, by the application of that law, I promise and swear to keep to the best of my ability and judgment the following oath. I will observe and practice every acknowledged rule of professional conduct in relation to my profession, my patient, my colleague, and myself. I will keep an open mind regarding the progress of my profession, provided that this progression shall be confined within the boundaries of the chiropractic science, philosophy, and art. I will serve my patients to the best of my ability. Violating neither confidence nor dignity. And in my association with patients, I shall not violate that which is moral and right. I shall regard and refer to my fellow chiropractor with honor, giving credit where it is due. I shall improve my knowledge and skill, firm in my resolution to justify the responsibility which the degree Doctor of Chiropractic symbolizes and imposes. To all this I pledge myself, knowing these ideals are prescribed by the dictates of reason alone. Now we go into an age-old tradition, turning of the tassels. The tassels upon your cap historically have been the symbol of influence and prestige. They were first affixed to graduation caps by scholars from Oxford and Cambridge, marking their intellectual accomplishments. The turning of your tassel represents the opening of the next chapter of your life, moving from student to doctor. I invite our graduates to turn your tassels from the right to the left as confirmation of you becoming doctors of chiropractic. You'll need to turn your hats because they're affixed. Family, friends, and loved ones, I'd like to present to you the graduating classes of Spring and Summer 2023, Doctors of Chiropractic and Master of Science and Diagnostic Imaging. Congratulations.